Hello, I'm Ioana, and throughout the Drummer da Povesta project, I've been the illustrator. This opportunity has been amazing as it allowed me to reconnect, revisit, and rework stories and narratives from my childhood. One thing that I thought was great was the freedom that I had to approach the subjects in my way, questioning issues that I find very ardent in my life, and having the liberty to do that whilst my colleagues chose to take different approaches. In my case, I love to reinterpret the stories from my childhood through a feminist perspective, and it was great that we could discuss that, was encouraged to do it, and also had the freedom to go in different directions. Another thing that went great with this project was the opportunity really to work with other creatives that are also Romanian and living abroad. Finally, the project was an amazing addition to other work I'm doing at the moment. The delivery of this project being really flexible, it allowed me to continue developing my creative practice and also work on other projects at the same time.
My part was that of putting together the oral or the audio element for the final products of each episode, and that implied a certain amount of audio editing, adding sounds that would enhance the viewers/listeners experience, and contributing to the musical element by playing instruments like the piano and the guitar or singing. At start it was quite a challenging but also very eye-opening and mind-opening experience. I love syncretism of the arts, and that was my main interest in this project. For me personally, I would have liked to be aware before starting the project of how much time I would spend in meetings at certain times for expressing my opinion or giving feedback or sharing certain elements on social media. Also the deadlines I find at certain times were a bit too loose, too flexible, which made it hard for me to finish the work, because I realized further down the line that I am the type of person that likes to have a solid deadline, and that helps me finish my work and motivates me to finish a project. The project, or in respect to certain members on the team, I think my experience has been still a positive one, and I learned a lot from collaborating with these amazing and talented individuals, and I want to thank all of the organizations that made this project possible for allowing me to take part, and it has been quite a fairy tale journey for me, so thank you.
Hello, this is Alexandra Anushka, the voice artist behind the Map of Stories project. Having the final product after putting together all the pieces, it was amazing to watch, and a very big surprise every time of how we managed to match our colors, our perspectives, and everything that we thought whilst creating it. From the voice point of view, I enjoyed exploring different sides of my voice and different colors, different intonations, and I have had a chance to go through poems, through text, and also through actual singing. As a trained opera singer, it was quite out of my comfort zone to speak the text and to really interpret it as an actor. With it, I also understood different layers that a text can have and that a story can be told. It was a great way of exploring what I have and what I do, and a great way to give a little bit to the community that I'm part of. But one of my favorite things to do was actually the intuitive singing or the improvisation. It was really rich and it was quite an experience to go deep into my feelings and to bring up what I felt about a certain subject. I really hope it got through to you, and I really hope the final product was something that touched you, because it definitely touched all of us in the team in a different way.
Hello, my name is Vana and I'm a photographer and filmmaker. I collaborated with the Romanian Diaspora for Map of Stories, as I was doing all the video editing and the branding for the promotional materials that you might have seen before an episode came out. I was taking care basically of the online assets that were distributed. It was a big pleasure working within the team and being part of this project, because I rediscovered the stories and the meanings and the hidden treasures in the Romanian stories. I also like to give it my personal touch and try to make it quite modern and easy to understand in a multicultural environment. I am very proud we achieved all the targets we set up for ourselves at the beginning of the project, and I think we made a product that is out there and is accessible for everyone, and it's also unique. The mixture of experimental film with storytelling and music, it's something that I haven't seen before. I really appreciated that people joined in whenever I needed help. My colleagues were always willing to support me, and I developed a good connection with every single one of them, making sure I get the assets in time and creating this wonderful art together. It was absolutely amazing that we were giving an opportunity in arts during the pandemic. This was something that I have been struggling with, finding art-related work during COVID, especially in England. Looking back now and seeing the physical results, the postcards, the print and everything else, I think this was a team effort, and I appreciate every single one of you, and thank you for the organizers for putting this together.
Hi, my name is Adrian Reishu. I was one of the project coordinators for the project Map of Stories. My involvement in the project was mainly technical and a bit of admin work. On the technical side, I was in charge of uploading the YouTube episodes, and as well adding the subtitles in English and Romanian, which was quite of a challenging work, but I really enjoyed it, and we tried to make it as understandable as possible for people with hearing problems. Hopefully for future project we will improve further this kind of work. It was a pleasure working with the entire team, with all these artists and with my colleagues, and hopefully I'll see you soon on future projects.
Hi, my name is Andra and I am one of the project coordinators for the Map of Stories. I've really enjoyed working on this project, and I felt that my contribution has really taken two routes. First of all, it was the admin side. I was able to apply my experience from my daytime job and contribute behind the scenes. Secondly, I was able to contribute creatively, which has been incredibly rewarding and probably the best part about the project. In terms of creativity, the artists were very open to the feedback that we provided on the videos and on the pre-video recordings, and I felt I was able to bring a small piece of myself to the project, which has felt really, really nice, and I felt personally invested in each and every video because of it. I also did most of the translations into English for the texts that were used. This was challenging at times because I tried to match not only the actual content of the texts but also the style, be it the poetry or prose and so on. That wasn't always easy, but it was very interesting, and it was really, really good to discover new pieces of texts, new poems, new stories, which the artists put forward for the project. It was really great to learn something new as I went along. I hope you enjoyed the videos as much as we enjoyed making them, and hopefully see you soon.
It's good to look back on the map of stories and the way that the project has come about. My role in the project was to essentially come up with the concept and pull the team together to sell the idea, but also to help them visualize it and allow them to create it and view it through their own lens. From my perspective, it's important that we've managed to put together so many different streams, so many different backgrounds as well, not just from an ethnical point of view, but also from a regional perspective, but generational as well. There are at least 2 separate generations that worked in the project, and the feedback came from different type of backgrounds, both from a national point of view, the Romanian community, but also the established communities in the UK, in West Midlands and Birmingham in particular. It's good to see how the stories have managed to create links between people who are here and people that we've left back at home. It's also part of a routine, I suppose, that takes place in the home, whether the home is a normal one or it's something that has been created through either a care home setting or a foster home or any type of family environment. Refer back to a cultural element, something that we took with us when we emigrated, but it also allows to open the door to different discussions with existing communities here and to shine a light on the Romanian heritage and also open the discussion on other cultural heritages that we may come across through our journey. It was really good to see in the exhibits that we've done so far, the feedback that we've received from the people and the delight and surprise to say that there's so much more to discover about Romanian heritage. And I thank the team for their effort in pulling this together and the sponsors for allowing us to make it happen.